Hey everybody, Grant here, 60 years old. I work out at home. Regardless of your age, I'm going to help you create or start to create your own workout plan. I'm going to give you some information, and I feel confident that you're going to be able to take something away here and use that to help you set up a workout routine. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a fitness uh, expert. I'm just someone who's worked out for 40 plus years, who has been in a lot of different gyms, who's watched a lot of bodybuilding stuff, who's read a ton of books, and who has used a lot of different equipment. And at 60, I still love to try different exercises and new things and try to change things up. So, if you're looking to set up a new workout plan, here, let me grab this here. Now, I have a bunch of notes here, and I'm going to kind of read off of these, or not read off of them, but use them to talk to you. So, let's just pretend that you have. Do you mind if actually, I'm going to hold my phone. Let's pretend that you have no clue about exercising, but you know you either need to do it or you're interested in doing it. So, first thing you need to be aware of is your limitations. How is your mobility? Um, is there any, do you have any injuries or old injuries that you have to work around? So you need to identify those things. And then next up is goals. You should have some goals. Now, your goal can be as simple as I just want to start working out because I know it's good for me. You might want to build up some functional strength, especially if you're an older adult, if you're a senior. We need to keep working on that functional strength so that whatever we do with exercise transfers over to the real world and helps us to better get on with our day. If you want to build muscle, if you're younger or even if you're older, you can still build some muscle. Mobility, obviously, I kind of touched on that a little bit. Flexibility is a big one. You might gear your workout routine so you're more flexible, more stretchy, etc. And or cardiovascular. You might just be okay with just working on your cardiovascular, your heart health and your lungs, which is good as well. So okay, so what you need to do now is uh, you need to understand how often you're willing to work out and how that aligns with your goals. And then you can start looking at different exercises that will now align with your goals and the amount of time that you have to exercise so that you can best, pair all of that up. Um, you know, Personally, I do something every day for physical fitness. Even on my what I call my days off, I'm still doing cardio. I'm still doing some forearms and some core work, but that's it. And I consider that a day off because on my days when I'm doing my regular workouts, I'm lifting weights for about an hour, and then I do cardio on top of that. So you have to, like I said previously about knowing your limitations and your goals. You need to start picking out exercises now. You need to start picking out compound exercises or isolation exercises. Now, isolation exercises are exercises that will work and isolate a specific muscle, not a muscle group like an area. Compound means that there's more than one joint involved in doing the exercise. So, for example, if you did a squat, just a body weight squat, that would be considered a compound movement because you're moving from your ankle to your knees and to your hips and your lower back, right? When you squat down and up. Now, an example of an isolation exercise for the quadriceps would be something like this. If you were on a machine like this and you did the leg extensions, where you're um, lifting your legs out. So this would be more of an isolation exercise for your thighs. Both thigh exercises, but one's isolation and one's more compound. Compound meaning you're going to get those multiple joints involved and multiple muscle groups. Compound moves are good for time efficiency. If you have a very small amount of time, you might want to pick a lot of compound movements. Okay, so now with isolation, that being said about isolation exercises, let's take biceps for example. If you were to do a bicep curl and you had your hands down in a supinated position with your palms facing up, and you did a regular curl like this, about a little bit wider than shoulder width, you're going to stress a lot more of the short head, the inner part of the bicep. But if you moved your arms in, you internally rotated your shoulder, then you're going to put a little bit more stress on the outer part of the bicep. So even though it's an isolation exercise for that area, you can still manipulate uh, different parts of that area that you're working. And now go back to compound exercises. Compound exercises are really good for functional strength, building overall muscle, uh, and just for mobility and even cardiovascular. If you do a big workout with compound movements, your heart rate's going to be going 90 miles an hour. But one thing with compound movements is you need to understand how different compound movements affect the same area. So for example, if you're doing, let's say, walking lunges, you're going to be working all the way down from your calves. You're going to be working your hamstrings and your glutes, and you're going to be working your quadriceps and even your core as it tries to stabilize your upper body. Now, if you do a deep squat, just standing squat, if you go down to parallel and below, now you're engaging your glutes and your hamstrings, not just your quadriceps. So you might want to understand that before you pick your exercise, or as you pick your exercises, so that you're not overdoing it. Okay, so now one thing to consider as you pick exercises is you need to know where you're going to be exercising. Is it going to be at home? Is it going to be in a commercial gym? Where is that going to be? And what kind of equipment will you have to use to get those exercises done? So if you're going to be working out at home, you don't have as many options as a commercial gym, obviously, but you can still get a lot done. There are a ton of isometric, body weight, uh, dumbbell, barbell exercises you can do. As you can see, I'm sitting on a Bowflex. You can use a Bowflex, or you can buy like a Nautilus type machine, like a cable machine with the plates that sit on it. There's just so much you can do. Different benches and exercises. So you need to think about all of those things. Where am I going to exercise? What's available? Okay, and now I'm going to look at what I want to do. Do I want to strength train? Do you just want to be strong? Do you not care if muscles get big or not? Or do you want to build a little bit of muscle? Do you want to just use body weight? Do you want to do primal moves? Do you want to do just cardiovascular training? So is it okay for you just to walk and then jog and do different things like burpees and things like that really get the heart rate going and work the body? Just isometric. Some people just do isometric exercises and they work great. Those are really easy on the joints as well. One thing I can say is that you need to be realistic. Um, you're not about how long it's going to take for you to get in decent shape, and you're with your goals. Don't underestimate the amount of time it takes to really transform your body physically. It takes a while. And start slow. You have time. If you're 20 years old or 65 years old, you have time. It's just you working out for you. It doesn't matter what the guy or the gal at the gym, what they're doing and what they look like. You don't know how long they've been working out or how much they put into it each day, and not just with the exercises, but the diet and the sleep and everything else that goes with that. You don't know. You might think you know, but you don't know. And when you're watching YouTube, when you're reading books, just know that there is so much information out there that it's going to be a little confusing if you don't have experience with exercising. If it's a new world for you, if something doesn't seem right, then it probably isn't right. And one thing I can offer up is that you need to keep it simple. You need to stick to what people call the basics. And if some of the basics don't work for you, you can modify them. Um, you know, Basic things like doing a squat, doing a pull-up, doing a push-up, doing a back row, all of those things. And don't care about how much weight other people are doing. Do you, and you'll be fine. Okay, so this is probably what you're waiting to hear mostly. How much? How much do I need to do? What do I need to do? Etc. Strength training is what I do primarily on this channel. It does lead to a bit of building muscle. Just with the further effort of doing what I do, you could definitely build muscle. So based on that, what I would say is shoot for training, like strength training, each muscle group or area twice a week. Try to get them twice a week. If you can get them 3 times a week and you're just trying to strength train, that's even better. If you're doing cardio and you just want to have a toned waist, like core, and cardio is important, you can do cardio every day at different levels. And core, I would do 3 to 4, maybe 5 times a week. So each muscle group now. This is going to vary from person to person, and just because what I tell you here doesn't mean that's the way it is and always should be. You definitely need to adjust on your own. But thinking about my own workouts, let's say it's back, I do 6 or 7 sets, and right now I'm doing 3 exercises. So I'll do pull-ups or pull-downs, and then I do 2 different types of rows. And I do a couple sets of each. Sometimes I do an extra set or 2. If I'm doing biceps, I do 5 sets maximum. Right now I'm doing 3 for the long head and 2 for the short head. And that's it. And I would do that twice a week. So I hope that's not confusing and I'm being clear here. And then just, when you work out, that's going to be dependent from person to person. I work out first thing in the morning after I get up, sometimes after work, late in the day. So you need to figure that out for yourself, but find a time that works best for you. And there's so much more to learn with this. It's not just, this guy on YouTube just said, well, this, and that's probably it. Now I can go find some exercises. That's not it. This is keeping it simple and sticking to the basics. So this is information you can take now and base what you decide on doing for your exercises. Now I'm going to give you an idea of what you might want to do if, let's just say you wanted to do functional strength and compound movements for the week, and then we'll end the video after that. So, okay, so now I'm going to give you, I'm going to show you what I do as far as how I schedule the muscles during the week. I'm not going to offer which exercises to do right now, but just to give you an idea. So if this is the week, so let's just do this. So my day one consists of, so I do back, and then I do chest, and then I do trapezius. Now, back when I was talking about compound exercises, eventually with back, I'm just going to do deadlifts. I'm going to do a set heavy, and that's going to be good enough for my traps. And also with back, I do a dumbbell row for the upper back that hits the inner lower traps. So that'll be gone, and then I'll just be doing the two, right? Or I might change it up someday, and I might do back and triceps and chest and biceps. So, and then the next day, I do my legs. I do quadriceps, I do hamstrings, and I do calves. Okay? Next day, the day 3. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so on the third day, I do shoulders, I do biceps, and I do tricep. Day 4, which is what I call my day off, it's not really my day off, I do forearm. Sometimes I'll do traps if I did get to do it on this day. It just depends how I'm feeling on this day, if I do them here or not. And I do core. And I do core sometimes on one of these other days. I just usually on a leg day. Well, I'll put it here, but it's not every time. And yeah, that's about. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. So then I would start over again. So day 1, I would do that over here again. Day 2, over here again. Day 3, you're there. And so I'm not taking a day off, which is not a great idea, but it's not a bad idea either. It depends on the workload you're doing. If I was trying to build muscle and I was going to failure all the time, I would definitely have one rest day where I would probably just do some light cardio and give my muscles time to recover. Speaking of cardio, I walk, spell that, every day, regardless, non-negotiable. Oh, I could spell. Walking for me is a non-negotiable. What else? I think that's, did I get forearm in there? Yeah, I think that's about it. So there you have it. So there's kind of an idea how you could set up your workout. Now, doesn't mean you should do yours like this. It depends on your goals and limitations and what you have access to for equipment. So you need to consider all of those things. But you can start by saying, okay, I want to strength train. I want to have whole body strength. So I only want to do 3 workouts a week, and I'd like to do a full body strength workout a few times a week. And other than that, I'm just going to walk and stretch and do some core. That's a perfect plan. And I have to say that's, especially for older adults, that's an awesome plan. And guess who's going to be working up to that in the next couple of years? This guy. So anyways, if you want more, if you want to go over exercises for actually setting up an actual workout plan, let me know in the comments and we can do that. We could even do a live video like that. That would be great, but I'd love to help. So, you know, aside from letting me know if you want to actually look at exercises in this, or if you want to do something different, you know, you have to let me know in the comments. And if you're still watching, can you do me a favor and in the comments, just put the word, if you're not saying anything else, or even if you are, in brackets, put the word workout, because I want to see if there's anybody that's actually watching until the end of the video. I hope this helped. Have a great day. See ya.